What's going on, everybody? Here we go. Another episode of Make the Right Play. We're here. We're back. As always, we got the wonderful coach, Leesan on my left. We got your buoy behind the camera, making everything work for us, making everything sound great for us. Another exciting week. Shout out your buoy media for all your media needs in the Pensacola area. And we're here, coach. We're back. So much stuff to get to. So many things going on. How are you doing? How's your week going so far?
I have to tell you, Sunday was horrible.
Sunday was horrible.
Sunday was horrible.
Was really bad.
Listen, my house has so much negative energy because of the stupid New York Giants.
No, we can't start like this. We can't start like this. We can't start like this.
And then I'm in my house and I have my son, I have my husband, and it's just awful. Just awful. I hate the Giants. I'm sick of them ruining the energy in my house.
There was no need to kick things off like that.
We could have just
left it in the trash where it belonged.
Your week.
And you just had to bring it up right off the rip. Yeah, the Giants suck. You know, that was probably top 3 worst losses I've ever experienced in all of my sports fandom across the board. Devils, Yankees, Giants, across the board. That was probably top 3 worst losses I've ever experienced ever. In my whole life. 33 points in one quarter, up 26-8 with 5 minutes left to go. It's over. Listen, it's hockey season. It's hockey season. I got the Devils jersey on. 5-1 New Jersey Devils playing right now.
Yeah.
I'm fired up. It's hockey season. We got the Pensacola Junior Ice Flyers. They're rolling. 8U. I'm all about it. Listen, it's all about hockey right now. I'm done. We're not talking about football. I'm over football. Even though Michigan's still in at 5-2, they still look good. But I can't. I can't talk about football right now. It's gonna make me vomit. Coach, I mean, we're going to talk about so many things and about the biggest dangers in the world. You're so excited. You got so many things you want to talk about. But I think the first thing, you know, the biggest thing over the weekend was the No Kings rallies was probably the biggest thing, rally. Right? The No Kings.
It was a flop.
It was a flop. I
wish we would have taken the camera and gone to like airport because I think there were about 9 people there. And then they put on Facebook.
They said 2,500.
That's really a lie. Then they said 1,000. I said I saw 9 people there. And they were like, oh, I'm telling you I was there and there was at least 1,000. At least 1,000. Talk about a lie, okay? So next time we have to go. But I have to tell you, Carlos, it was such a flop.
Yeah.
Because I know that they were trying to start something. And honestly, I mean, it was a bunch of old people.
Yeah.
It was a bunch of old people who were trying to relive their hippie days. So they go to the Snow Kings rally. And honestly, the crowd was not that great because MSNBC literally showed video from 2017. Okay?
That's what you told me. Yes. Yeah, that MSNBC was reporting, like talking about, you know.
Look at the crowd in Boston, and it was a fake picture. They even had to fact check it on X.
Yeah.
So honestly, it was a flop. It did not do for the Democrats what they were trying to do.
Yep.
But I will say, I have always had a lot of concern about teachers.
About teachers?
About teachers, because I feel that part of the problem in our country right now is that instead of educating, they're indoctrinating the youth.
Well, yeah, we talk about it all the time. I mean, you know, remember, we always say the problem right now is that they're teaching you what to think instead of how to think, right?
Exactly.
They're not letting you kind of come up with your own, you know, theories and think for yourself. They're just teaching you this is how you have to think. This is what you need to think. And
they're teaching the Communist Manifesto.
The Communist Manifesto. Big
They're a bunch of commies. You know what it is? They're miserable, overeducated people. They had to go get a master's degree to teach freaking 3rd grade. Give me a break.
Yeah.
So they go, they take out all the student loan. They're unhappy. They're miserable. They're driving, you know, cars that they hate. They live in places they hate. They have no money. And then they get mad when anybody else is successful in the private sector.
Yeah.
And then they go to schools and they're bitter because they want the money from the government to come down to them. And you know what? Let's tax those rich people. What are they doing with their money? We could probably spend it better than them. I mean, it's just whole mindset. So let's go. I have to show video 1 because this woman, just see for yourself.
Just see for ourselves. All right, clip 1 here.
Hey, you ever heard of Ozempic, you fat ass?
First of all, she's a pig. Okay? She is a fat ass. The second thing is she's shooting herself in the neck.
Yeah.
Pretty much making fun of Charlie Kirk.
Completely making fun of Charlie Kirk. That's what she's doing.
She probably knew, oh, you're a Charlie Kirk, I'll shoot you in the neck too.
Right.
And
probably.
This is a teacher in Chicago. She has an influence on small children. Is that a good thing?
Is that a good thing? That's the question, Coach. No, it's not a good thing. And let me tell you right now, right? The Democrats itself, and we're going to show you more and more as this show goes on. So this isn't just the only thing we're going to talk about, but the Democrats are slowly just accepting who they are as disgusting human beings.
Showing who they are.
Embracing
Showing who
They're
they are.
embracing how disgusting they are. That's what I'm kind of seeing now is that, yeah, they're just going to embrace that they're just the worst people to walk the face of the earth. I mean, there are talks now that there was another almost assassination attempt on Trump.
I
That
know,
they're going to try to kill somebody
set
off
up
on Trump.
Like a bunker in a tree?
Yeah, a hunting station in a tree with a clear line of sight of the
they're not hunting
airport.
anything besides Trump.
There's
because
nothing
it's right
there.
next to an airport.
Yeah, yes. There's nothing there. So now the FBI is investigating that. There's multiple people, as we'll show you in videos, saying that we need to start killing ICE agents and start rioting. Like, these people are just openly accepting, yeah, we're just the most disgusting human beings on the planet, and this is just who we are. There's no hiding it anymore.
Well, I have to say, as you said, the FBI is investigating it. All I could keep thinking is Kash Patel, was that really the best choice that Trump could have made?
It's a questionable choice.
I mean, the longer that Kash Patel is in office, the more I question, like, is he really the man up for the job?
I think they should have picked the guy below him in Dan Bongino. I feel like he's working harder than Cash is. Cash is going to Islander games, getting all fired up about Matthew Schaefer and the Islanders.
I feel like maybe we needed to get our own kind of deep stater who can
Yeah.
attack the way that the Democrats know how to attack, you know? Because, like, let's put it this way. Comey, he was an evil, dirty man, but he knew how to play the game. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And I feel like Cash is kind of like one of those people who, like, thinks, I can't find the right word.
He's one of those people to me that thinks he's going to try to bully his way into the door, but you got to know how to open the door first. You know what I'm saying?
He's too small to reach the handle.
Right, exactly.
What is
like
he,
he's
5
like
feet? He's like 5 feet tall.
He's trying to be one of those people that are like, oh, like I'm just going to try to, bully my way through or like try to be a man over
All I
everybody.
know
But
is-
he hasn't done anything.
We have to show video number 7 because I think that if Comey was in charge, this man would be in cuffs right now.
He should be in cuffs. Yeah, let's take a look. Video 7.
You gotta grab a gun. We gotta turn around the guns on this fascist system. These ICE agents gotta get shot and wiped out. The state machinery, that's a full display right there, has to get wiped out.
So there you go, right there. A Democrat just openly saying we need to start killing federal agents.
Well, because they want to
Just
start a
open.
civil war.
Yeah.
They want to start a civil war. And what I feel, Carlos, is that man should be arrested.
He should be
Because
arrested
you
right
can't
there.
go
Right there.
And start saying that we should just go and shoot ICE agents.
Yeah.
We got to get a gun. We got to shoot ICE agents. He should be arrested for that.
He should have been
Where is
arrested.
the FBI for him? His face is all over television.
Yeah, it's true.
What?
People should be picking him up.
I mean,
They should be picking 'em up.
honestly. But you know what happened?
What
This is
happened,
the
Coach?
problem.
What's going on? Tell us the problem.
The real problem is that these are the people who actually showed up to the No Kings rally. Yabui, please do number 19.
Number 19, clip 19 here. Wow.
And that's the problem. Well, actually, that's not the problem.
I mean, at least they're coordinated.
And I have to say, they look like a fun crowd. I wouldn't mind hanging. Like, you know what? This is what we need to focus on. Hanging out and having more fun and not fighting with everybody. So they're dancing around. Hey, all lucky. You know, they're not saying get a gun, let's shoot somebody. They're like, listen, we're a fun group of people.
Look at them clap it out.
Yeah.
Listen. I mean, at least they're very coordinated. It must have been well rehearsed. I mean, nobody was out of step there. Nobody was out of step.
No, I
No, it
thought
was
they did a
excellent.
great job.
They probably, they probably meet up and in their like small theater crew, and they were like, we're gonna do a little dance here at the No Kings.
At the No Kings rally. But that's the thing, is that you're talking about a bunch of old people
Yep.
showed up.
Yep.
They're reliving their hippie days.
They sure
They're
are.
not interested in getting guns and trying to shoot people. And
No.
the problem is that I feel like the Democrat Party, I feel like the deep state killed Charlie Kirk. I I do not believe
Yes.
that Tyler Robertson
Yeah.
is responsible. So we got to get to the bottom of that. So I think they were hoping to trigger some people to go nuts and try to kill people. That's not how we are. What did it do? It turns everybody towards God. Everybody was like, I need to go to church. I need to start praying. And I've been praying for America for well over a year now.
For a long time.
But I
long
have
time.
a feeling like a lot of people said, wait a minute. I think that we should be able to talk and not kill each other. I think that we should be able to listen to each other and say, you know what, I may not agree with you, but there are some things I do agree with you with. And maybe we can work together and solve some of the country's problems. So, okay, that plan didn't work. Then you have the No Kings, get guns, shoot ICE,
Yeah.
and then you have a bunch of people dancing.
Right.
Like, they're not interested. So I feel like my prayers have been working, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I would agree that some of the prayers have been working, and I think for the most part, people have to realize that there are people at these protests and at these events that are there and are probably paid, honestly, that are there to
Yes, that's
disrupt
true.
and try to cause chaos. That guy being one of them saying that we need to buy guns, he was probably paid to be there and say things like that, honestly. And we've known for a fact in many other protests and think that there's paid people there to riot and loot. I think Antifa it's pretty clear that they're a paid group, that people pay them to be disruptive and to destroy things. Like, they're crazy people. Like, that's what they are. They're crazy people. I don't think they're very intelligent people, but I think that they're paid and they said, we're going to pay you X amount. You're going to go loot a couple stores. You're going to burn some stuff down. You're going to fight with federal agents.
They're not even
and that's
doing
what
that,
they're going to do.
Carlos. You know what they're doing?
They did originally, though, years ago.
Well, that was a different story. But let's go to
It's not a
number
different
11.
story.
Number 11 shows what they're up to.
All right,
now.
let's see what Antifa's doing these days.
My youth, interviews by Craig Hodges and Abdul Raouf. Examples like Olympic black power.
Even in Seattle, they're dressing up in those costumes. Like, where are they getting the money for these costumes to show up at the protest? And Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Good thing my cousin got out of town.
And this is Portland.
I mean, come on. Like, this is how they're protesting. They look like a bunch of clowns.
Yeah,
They're
they
not
do.
about, listen, mister,
It's
if
Clown
you're
City.
trying to incite a riot and have these people get guns and killed, this is
Right.
not the crowd to do it. So,
No.
No Kings is a flop. So,
Yeah.
we're on day 22.
22, the
And
shutdown.
what concerns me is that by November, they're saying that people are not going to get their SNAP payments anymore.
Yeah.
And that is something that
That's
we
gonna get
have to
people
be
fired up.
concerned with.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
are the Democrats going to be responsible when people can't buy groceries for their families?
No.
Or are they going to just keep blaming Trump?
They're going to keep blaming Trump. That's what they're
I
going to
don't
do.
know.
No, they are. They are, because people, think about it this way, right? They had a No Kings protest to protest somebody that they're saying is a dictator and a king, yet they were completely allowed to go and protest. Do you think
Right.
that if there was a monarchy and a dictatorship that those people would be allowed to go and protest?
Well, even Trump said, if I was a king, I'd reopen the government.
Right. So these people are so dumb
Yeah.
that they went and did a protest, protesting a king that doesn't exist, right? They went and did a protest, and people were running around with Palestinian flags, still thinking that that it was the end of the world, even though less than a week ago he created a ceasefire deal. Like, these people are not very intelligent that are going to these events. It's just the truth. So if the mainstream media goes and tells them, or if Harry Sisson goes and tells them, oh, it's still the Republicans, it's still Trump. That's why we need to take care of the illegals, and we need to do this, and we need to do that. If they tell them that, they will believe it, because they can't think
Oh
for
my
themselves.
gosh, Carlos.
They can't. We don't have it. We got to ignore
forgot
it.
the video
We did.
where Trump drove
Dropped
a
the shit.
plane.
Dropped the shit from the
we're
sky.
not using profanity. Dropped poop.
Dropped
on,
shit.
on Harry Sisson's head.
On Harry Sisson's head.
And I can't unsee it.
A legendary video.
It really-
It's a legendary video.
Come on. First of all, there is no king.
There's no king.
And all they're doing is insulting Trump.
Yep.
So Trump had a little
Exactly.
fun, and he sent out an AI video with him flying a plane and dropping poop all over their heads.
It was hilarious.
I thought it was funny, and to me, that's what makes Trump endearing, is that he tries to make jokes about the stupidest thing.
Right.
You know what made me laugh?
What was that?
It's like, you know how you have that communist Mamdani running for mayor in New York City, right?
Yep.
So Curtis Lewa is the Republican. Now, he's a guardian angel, and they love to make fun of. They want Curtis Lewa to drop out of the race,
They're
right?
dying for him to drop out.
They're
Yeah.
dying. And honestly, I think that's a bad idea, because I even know a really hardcore liberal who is actually going to vote for Curtis Sliwa.
Really?
And they said it was because when they watched the debate, they realized Curtis Sliwa was the only person who truly cared about New York. That Cuomo, they said, I would never vote for Cuomo because of what he did during COVID. And I feel like Cuomo's billionaires are battling with Mamdani's billionaires.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Curtis. But Trump made me die laughing because he goes, they said, oh, were you going to endorse Curtis? He goes, oh, why would I endorse Curtis? Because Curtis has badmouthed him a lot of times. He's like, so why would I endorse Curtis? He really doesn't like me. Plus, what is he going to do? Turn Gracie Mansion into Cats? The musical?
that is something he would probably
Curtis, rescues cats, but only Trump will come up with a joke. What is he going to turn Gracie Mansion into Cats the musical? I found that very funny. And if I was Curtis, I would make a commercial or a TikTok with it, and I would put that all over the place.
He would. People would love it. People would love it.
People would love it.
People would love it. Guys, we live in a time, honestly, we live in a time where things are, people make funny videos. People make memes, right? People meme all the time. So if all these people are going out and sticking the middle finger in the air to Trump, who cares if he made a video of him dropping poop on their head? That's hilarious.
I know people who get angry and say, you better watch it or I'll SHIT on your head.
Yeah, right.
Like people get mad and that's their retaliation.
Yeah.
Like I'll poop all over you. And Trump literally had an AI and he did it. And I thought it was hilarious.
It was hilarious.
But you know what I can't believe is how stupid the people in New York would be if they actually vote for this Mamdani character. And they're
going to vote for him.
You got to see this video, number 8. You booey. We have to play number 8 because this guy is a clown.
This is Zohran Mamdani. He's running for mayor of New York. Here's what he normally sounds like.
We gathered tonight in the wealthiest city, in the wealthiest country, in the history of the world.
But in an interview in South Africa, he sounded a little different.
I actually created a playlist for Mira, who also happens to be my mother. Nepotism and hard work goes a long way.
And in an interview with the Turkish-American podcast, Mamdani sounded different again.
I'll be honest with you, Brother Mansoum, is that at this point, not many people are thinking about it.
And here is Zohran during his rapper days.
You know, it would have been here earlier, but a worldwide tour is a worldwide tour is a worldwide tour.
A felony is a felony is a felony. That's a Kamala Harris playbook move there.
That's totally Kamala.
That's a Kamala Harris playbook move.
And Hillary, remember?
Yeah.
I ain't no ways tired. When she pulled that out, I got my hot sauce in my pocketbook when Hillary did that.
What is with the Democrat playbook that it's like you're going to switch your accent to fit whatever group you're talking to? Who came up with that idea?
I have no idea.
Like
who thinks it's a good idea to just be like, oh, you know what you have to do? You have to play a character and you just change the way you talk to whoever you're talking to.
Coach, talk about PC. That's like cultural appropriation 101, honestly. They're the party of PC. Like, oh, you're cultural appropriating. You're doing this, you're doing that. You literally are doing it by changing your accent every time you talk to a different person. Imagine me walking up and trying to talk with a Chinese accent every time I talk to a China person. Like, for real.
That would be a bad idea,
Carlos.
Carlos.
Like, imagine that. Imagine that. If you just, every time you walk up to somebody with a different nationality and you just spoke in their accent, you'd get punched in the mouth. Like, that's crazy.
Well, I grew up on the Lower East Side.
And this guy's going to win.
So I actually could talk like I wanted to from the Lower East Side. Let me tell you something,
oh,
okay?
Yeah.
Like, that's the way we all spoke when we were in middle school.
It's true.
All of us, okay?
I've heard it when you had to talk to Liv sometimes and get all LES on her. Take it to the real ghetto.
All of a sudden, it just comes flying out of my mouth.
It does. I've seen LES in action.
But
those
so
who
first
haven't,
of all, this guy, he's such an idiot.
Yeah,
Mamdani.
he's a dumbass.
And he has these fake accents. But then New York is going to vote for someone who poses with a terrorist. You have to show the picture on number 9.
Yeah. Openly poses with the terrorists and supports and sympathizes with terrorist organizations. Look at that. Look at that. Mamdani in gleeful selfie with World Trade Center terrorist linked, what's that? Imam, who called for jihad in New York City.
He's linked to the 1993 World Trade Center terrorist attack. That was a flop.
That was a flop. But they couldn't figure it out.
No. But, I mean, Mamdani, like, really? New York? You're going to vote for him? But you know what it is? It's not real New Yorkers. It's not people who lived through 9/11.
Yeah. It's the white liberals. That's who it is. It's the white liberals. And part of me almost feels like, remember, I always like to say New York is that place. They have to get punched in the mouth enough of times before they decide, all right, let's make a change, right? How many times did it take for New York to go downhill before they were like, all right, maybe let's vote in Giuliani?
Listen, I grew up in the 70s.
Right.
And I remember Ford saying to New York, drop dead. So, you know, what's the guy's name for the Treasury again? Scott Bissett, I think?
Scott Bissett, yeah.
Right. So they said, well, what are you going to do if they elect Mamdani? He said, I'm going to say what Ford said, not Henry Ford, what Gerald Ford, right?
Gerald Ford, I think, yeah.
Was the president?
Yes.
He goes, I'm going to say what Ford said. New York, drop dead.
Drop dead.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, New York is going to have a lot of trouble.
They're going to suffer. They're going to suffer. And
a lot of people are going to be moving out.
Yeah, well, it's funny. You say that. DeSantis said he's going to put up the wall right on 95 between Georgia and Florida.
He didn't say that.
He said it. He tweeted it out. He said, how about this? I'm just going to put up a big wall. And he's like, and you're not coming in past 95.
What's so funny is that Dad used to always say, we got to move before they close the border.
Right. He was right. They're going to put up a big wall. And on the other side of the wall is like, turn around and go back where you came from.
What's so funny is I was talking to my cousin and his wife.
Yeah.
And I said, if Mamdani wins, you're going to have like 100 New Yorkers moving to Miami. And they live in Miami. This was their face.
That's the truth. That's exactly what's going to happen.
They look terrified. Now they'll be loving DeSantis putting up that wall, keeping all the New Yorkers out.
You know what Mamdani is going to remind me of? And I said this last night. It's going to be like Gotham City, like in Penguin. Like Penguin's going to become mayor,
you did say that
and it's going to be like jihadists and terrorists and migrants, and they're all going to be running the streets, and the police are going to be completely defunded, and they're not going to be able to do anything about it, and crime's going to run rampant. That's what it's going to be like.
Well, they said a lot of cops are planning on retiring if he becomes the mayor.
They're going to be getting killed off left and right. They're going to be killing cops like it's nobody's business in New York City. That's the truth. That's what's coming.
They're going to be killing business too, because they keep talking about how they're going to take over people's businesses.
Yep.
They're going to be taking over landlords' apartments. I mean,
Yep.
the landlords are the ones who pay the taxes.
Right.
So if you want to get tax money, you got to have, like, this guy.
This is why communism doesn't work. Communism, the greatest theory on paper, has never succeeded in real life. Look at history, ladies and gentlemen. It's never worked. But then you keep coming back to the table. You keep coming back to the well. Definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again and think you're going to get the same result. Name one communist country that's worked. Nobody can do it because it just doesn't work.
No.
And they keep coming back to the well and thinking that they're going to get a different result
because
all the
they're
time.
being taught by those idiots like that fat lady who was going to shoot herself in the neck pretending that she was Charlie Kirk. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like she was shooting Charlie Kirk. That's the problem, is that they're being indoctrinated in schools and they're not being taught to think.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
Dog Matty says that he wants people to move out. And then Scott Villa says, I heard Mamdani has a 40-point lead over Cuomo in the non-U.S. born population. That's why he's going to win. Cuomo leads in the U.S. born population.
Cuomo is a clown, and a lot of people don't want to vote for Cuomo because of what he did during COVID. He killed the old people, okay?
But let's not forget, Cuomo's almost the same as Mamdani.
Yeah.
He's
the one who put
almost the
cashless
same.
mail-in.
He's almost the same.
He's the reason why New York is in such a...
He's no better. He's no better.
Well, I got to show you this.
He's just an older face.
Yesterday was the first time that ICE. Well, first I took so much crap on TikTok.
You took a lot. I took a lot of crap too.
There was this woman.
I'm going to take
who
even
was
more with my
yelling
bald
and
head.
Screaming at ICE's face, right?
Yeah.
Yelling and screaming. What is ICE going to do? They can't do anything about it. They can't slap somebody across the face.
Things are changing with that.
They just took the abuse, and I was like, how classy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, everybody got so mad at me. They were like, that lady's so tough. And I'm like, it's really tough when people can't clap back.
One word, too. I love it. Classy.
Yeah, all I had
One
to do
word.
was say classy. And they were
One
like,
word.
oh, like you would ever know what it's like. Oh,
Yeah.
really? I grew up on the Lower East Side, honey. And I grew up in Brooklyn in the 70s, the Lower East Side in the 80s.
Yep.
Complete ghetto.
Yeah.
All right, I know what it is. And let me tell you something. I grew up with those people who love to throw a chair in the classroom, who love to tell the teacher off, who love to be so big and bad when they know that nothing's going to happen to them.
Yeah.
You
right.
know? So give me a break.
Yeah,
That's
you're not
so
the
tough.
one,
You're
Coach.
not so tough, okay?
You're not the one.
But you know what I found so interesting?
Yeah.
Is that over the weekend,
Yep.
this woman, so she went to go cover the No Kings rallies.
Yes.
And she's in a cab, and as she's going by, she sees a little bit of chaos on Canal Street. So she's like, let me get out there and start filming. You booey, let's show video 4 because I found this very interesting because I didn't see this while I was in New York.
All right, let's take a look at video
The
4.
entire sidewalk was completely packed with people buying these Louis Vuitton bags, buying these YSL bags. Obviously, all of them are knockoffs. Now, I spoke to some of the migrants. They were telling me they're all from Senegal. And as I'm walking around, they all start grabbing their bags very quickly. Again, this entire block was filled with all of these bags, and they picked them all up very quickly. Within 2 minutes, they all started jumping in vehicles, running away. I was speaking to one of the migrants, and he ended up telling me that they don't have the license to sell these purses. It's illegal, and if the cops catch them, they will come and take away all of their products. Another thing that I noticed too, because I was filming, is these migrants, very similar to Paris, telling me that I can't film here.
Hey, you do the film here.
And that I wasn't allowed to be, using my camera. So they're being a little bit of aggressive.
You know what the first thing I noticed was in that video, real quick? How come they got all those wagons? You had to win that wagon in an auction to get that wagon. Where did they get all those wagons?
I'm sure it's
those are nice wagons,
it's a cost of
four-wheel
doing
drive.
Business. It's a cost of doing business. You have to buy a wagon like that to
That's
put all your,
like some bullshit.
knockoff pocketbooks in.
Those are nice wagons. You had to win that.
Well, all I know is that if everybody keeps selling stuff in the street, are you going to get any New York tax dollars? Because don't you need sales tax? And what does that do for the designers who makes these pocketbooks? What are they getting for it?
Right. Well, those are fake pocketbooks.
Of course they're fake pocketbooks. They're knockoffs.
Poor Delancey Street.
Well, Delancey has
buried.
never sold designer stuff.
Well, they sell fucking knockoff crap.
Listen, because I used to have Bebops instead of Reeboks when
Yeah.
I was little. So I know what it is to be poor, okay?
That's right, Coach. That's right.
Bebops.
You know.
I couldn't afford Reeboks. So I did have knockoffs, actually, that I bought in the store.
That's right. That's right.
The migrants are kind of aggressive. Let's go to video 3 to show how they want to break the law and not have to deal with the consequences.
Kind of is an understatement. Let's take a look at this.
Yo, what's up? We don't do no fucking camera. Fuck the fucking camera.
Hey.
Keep fucking pushing.
Hey,
You heard?
hey,
Get the fuck
hey.
out of here with that shit.
Hey.
Oh.
Fuck
Back
you
up,
with your
back
fucking
off,
camera.
back off.
I said, fuck you with your camera. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Who the fuck you work for, bitch ass nigga? Who the fuck you work for? Bitch, who you work for? Fuck you, nigga.
Yeah, keeping that camera.
Get the fuck out of here. Yo, listen, you gonna get the fuck out of
Hey,
here.
hey.
Beat your fucking ass
Back up.
over here. Get the
Hey,
fuck out
hey.
of here with that shit. You gonna get fucked up. I'm telling you,
Wait,
cuz.
back up,
You
back
gonna
up.
get fucking fucked up over here.
Back
Get
up,
the fuck
back
out
up.
of here. Keep
Back
your fucking
up.
Get the fuck out of here. That's what y'all do, snitch ass motherfucker. Look at yourself in there.
Hey.
Take that shit somewhere else.
Hey,
Come
why
on, man. Keep
are
it
you mad
fucking
at me?
pushing. Keep it pushing.
Why are you mad at me?
Take it over there somewhere.
So
Keep it
let me
pushing.
get this straight. We're supposed to be mad at ICE for getting migrants like that off the streets. Actually, let me say the right word, illegals.
Illegals,
We're supposed to
that's
get
right. That's
angry
the right
with
term.
ICE for getting illegals off the street who are actually bullying Americans,
Yep.
who are actually breaking the law. Think about it.
Right.
So I don't understand why the liberals are so upset. Like, this isn't something we should agree on.
Coach,
this. We
it's-
should agree on this. We should get together in a room and have a conversation, the Democrats and the Republicans, and say, listen, we can agree that we should not have this happening on the streets of New York, where people are being intimidated, where stolen knockoffs are being sold on the streets.
The agreement, the
I'm
only
sorry. Oh my gosh.
agreement that they have is that if they let them stay, they'll keep voting them in power. That's the agreement. The agreement has already been made. The agreement is if I keep you here and protect you and give you free health care at the cost of the American taxpayer, you keep voting for me. And you keep me in power. That is the agreement. That's the great truth, is that I'm going to manipulate the numbers and keep you here and give you everything you need, free credit cards, free health care. They'll take care of them
Listen,
in exchange
the majority
for
of the
keeping me here.
country agrees with Trump. The
Yes,
majority of the
yes.
country agrees with Trump, and the Democrats have to cut the BS, and they
Cut the
need
shit,
to
Coach.
start. No, we're not using
That's
any
what
foul
you're
language.
looking for.
No,
There's the word. The word is there.
they need to
It's
start
shit.
coming to the table and start using some common sense, because people should not be advocating
They'll never
for that
use
kind of
common sense.
behavior.
They'll never
Let's
use
go
common
to video
sense,
number 5
ever.
and show the maniacs, fighting with ICE.
It's hard to believe that this is Manhattan, and it's 2025, and it looks like a war zone out here. People are masked up. They're not showing their faces. Everyone has a cell phone out. They're videoing it and sending it back. It's just causing such a stir. And, you know, to be totally honest, it's very difficult to watch. Now, again, this person, we've been watching this person. He has been pushing ICE agents and police, and people have been defending him. There's another woman right in front. She was also pushing some of these officers. Whether they know someone who was arrested by police for being undocumented is unclear. Again, we're trying to figure out how many arrests there actually were undocumented immigrants as opposed to protesters. At this point, these are protesters who are being arrested.
Yeah, I noticed right away there that protester being arrested was covering his face.
Same thing. The man, he had his face covered the entire time. His covering is actually right here on the ground. He was taken into custody. It looks like a T-shirt that he had been wearing. But again, they're still on the...
That's the Olivia T-shirt. Remember Olivia's T-shirt? She'd carry it around, that ugly-ass green T-shirt that she'd have on at all times. That's Olivia's T-shirt.
You know what I noticed? Where were all the people stopping the migrant, the illegal? Where were all the people saying, hey, if he wants to have a camera, you can't go bully him. This is America. You're allowed to have a camera and film if you want to. No. I didn't see any of those people being so big and bad and going up to that illegal and telling him, hey, you got to treat fellow Americans with respect. No. Right. No, not at all. But they're so big and bad with ICE, just like I was saying about that lady. Just like I was saying the same thing. You could go in ICE's face. You could say, F you, ICE. I want to kick your butt, ICE, and be miserable.
I want to kick your butt, ICE.
I'm trying not to use any profanity.
Ass is the word there, coach.
But that's, then they're all big and bad.
Yeah,
and that's what drives me crazy. Because I'm telling you, that guy who had that green shirt over his face, there's no way he would have ever stepped up to that illegal, ever.
No way.
Ever.
No way. Because well, no, I'm not going to get into that.
He's a puss.
I mean, yeah, the guy's a total loser. But I will say, people are getting fed up with the way that these people are being treated. I have noticed that there are some people out there that are getting fed up with the way that the federal, the federal agents are getting treated, the way that the police are getting treated.
I never see these people.
No, let's take a look at it. Let's go clip 12 here, because this guy came right out and he was like, "This is ridiculous."
Sir, what do you think about this protest here?
I think it's pretty stupid.
Why do you think it's stupid?
Well, because the law enforcement is out here trying to defend our country by getting the migrants out. And what's happening is you got a bunch of people who have been ill-informed or have basically drank the Kool-Aid that are doing things that they think are right but are actually very wrong.
And why do you think here in America people think they can just push the police and get away with it?
Because for so long there's been nothing done about it. They just do it, and then the next guy does it and does it and does it, and nobody goes to jail, no one gets arrested. And now people are starting to realize that if you touch the police and you break the law, you're going to go to jail. This administration is not playing around. These are federal workers and state workers. They need to be protected just like everybody else needs to be protected. So if you're going to come down here and assault these police officers and assault federal officers, what are you going to do to regular citizens? It means you have no moral compass. And if you don't have a moral compass, it's a problem.
Yeah, you see? You see how they just go right in the ICE agents' faces.
Yep.
And they know that there's no consequences. That's why, I'm sorry, I don't think that lady was so tough.
No.
I don't think she's so tough at all. I don't think it's tough to go and say F you to somebody's face that they know they're being filmed. If they smack you across the mouth, you know what's going to happen? They're going to go to jail.
Right. That's exactly.
They're going to get arrested.
Exactly what's
they're going to get fired, and they're going to have a bunch of problems.
Yeah.
So
You're
it's
100%
just,
right.
it's like, we have to start coming together and doing what's best for this country, because we can't have people going hungry starting November because we have the government being locked down. We can't have teachers saying what we need to do is get a gun and start shooting people and, pretending to assassinate people.
Yeah.
Like, we really need to start coming together, because honestly, they're using this to divide us.
Yeah, 100%.
They're using this to get away with doing other stuff.
Yep.
Because let me tell you something, it's not just happening here. Let's go to video number 17, because, honey, Ireland is on fire. The same exact thing that's happening here is happening in Ireland. You think that's just a coincidence?
And this is happening all over Europe too. This isn't just in Ireland. This is happening in Great Britain. This is happening in France, and you'll never know because they won't report it, and they won't talk about it. So you'll have no idea that this is actually going on. But people are getting fed up, and it makes you start to think, right? Are we going down a path where you're going to have one group of people that wants to keep the countries, wants to keep their flags, wants to keep their people, their culture, all that stuff, and then you have one people that it's just like one group, one world, one people, right? We're all the same, no borders, nothing, just open communism.
Well, yeah, because they're globalist.
Yeah,
they're globalist.
And we can't go down this road, guys. Like it's really scary what you see, because this isn't just happening in the U.S. And one thing for me, and I think why the Democrats are pushing this so hard, is that once you get the U.S. to fall, right? The U.S. is the biggest domino in the world. So if you get the U.S. to fall and cave for this lie that you could have all these migrants and all these free stuff and communism, right? You get one domino to fall, the rest will follow it. And I really think that they're really trying to push this agenda in the U.S. because if they could get the U.S. to change their ways and go down this road, it's going to be really easy to change the rest of the world. Really easy. It's gonna come natural.
Listen, it's the ruling class and the working class. They are trying to enslave us all.
It's true.
So if you're going to be stupid and fight with other working class people, you're going to let the ruling class win.
Yeah.
So we need to turn our hearts and minds over to Jesus Christ and start praying and getting some discernment. We need to have discernment and start fighting with the ruling class. Stop saying you're not going to use us. We're going to do dances at the No Kings. We're not getting guns and starting to shoot people.
There shouldn't be a No Kings, though.
If we have laws, we're going to follow them.
That's the problem. There shouldn't be a No Kings. These people are protesting for bullshit. There's there's no reason to be going out there and calling Trump a king. That's the problem. They shouldn't be a No Kings protest. It's one thing if you want to protest and say, we're going to have a protest because, let's see, we think that, like, in all honesty, if we're going to have a protest, it should be like the taxpayer shouldn't pay for everybody's health care. Right? That's a reason to go and protest. Say, why is my tax dollars paying for somebody else's health care? Why is my tax dollars, why am I paying extra on my electric bill to pay for somebody else's electricity, right? That's a reason to go protest, to change something. But you're going out and protesting and saying that this person is a king and a dictator because he's removing people who are actively breaking the law and spitting on the laws that built this country, and that's what you're going and protesting about, and saying that he's a king because he's arresting people that are breaking the law. That's not a reason to protest. I'm sorry, you're wrong. You're 100% wrong. That's not a reason to protest. You're going out there and being assholes and hating on somebody for actually upholding the laws of the United States of America. You're in the wrong. So that's the biggest issue. It's not, you got to be peaceful and not whatnot. Sure, be peaceful, but fucking protest for something that counts.
No,
you got to protest for something that counts. And this is bullshit.
No
this
F
is bullshit.
Word. No F word. Now, listen, I think Nancy Pelosi did a very good job. Let's show video 18. I think she would have a good argument against you.
Let's see.
Tear up the crown.
I love that laugh for the end.
That's the leader. That's their leader. That's their leader. So come on, guys. Like, holy shit. Like, please, if that's your leader and that's who you're following a communist guy that's from Africa, that's taking foreign donations and wants to bring communism and get rid of the police and have all these migrants running around this and selling illegal bags, and then you're having somebody who can't even really function anymore, that's ripping crowns in half, living by her own rules. Like, I mean, come on. Like, that's who you're leading. And then they're gonna bitch about the White House, how they're building a new ballroom that they're not even paying for. Talk about, another thing to bitch about. We're going to bitch because the president using his own money to remodel the house he's living in for the next 3 years and put in a grand ballroom to have grand events for everybody else. That's what we're going to bitch about. Not that, I'm not paying for it. He's paying for it. Who cares? What do you care if somebody spent the way somebody spends their money? He's paying for it.
And they've done many renovations in the White House.
That's what they're complaining about. That's what they're going to go bitch about.
They're lying when they said this is the first time ever. It's such a lie. They've done many renovations over the years.
It's just that is the problem that we're facing. We're facing a group of people that doesn't want to take care of actual Americans, right? Has no care that the SNAP is gonna be gone. They don't care about that because they're fighting for the health care of other people.
Carlos, you're wrong. They want those people to get crazy so that way they'll finally get a gun and start coming after us. They want those people to go into the stores and start looting and acting nuts because they're not getting their SNAP benefits. And then the police are going to have to come in and, God willing, for their evil little twisted benefit, somebody will get hurt, somebody will die, and they can make a big issue out of it.
Yeah.
That's what the Democrats are hoping for. They're demonic.
Right.
Don't you see? They're not trying to bring us together. They're trying to tear us apart.
Yeah. No, you're right.
And the thing is that you're 100% right, because Congress has immigration laws. The people came into the country illegally. If you want to change the laws, you do it through Congress.
Right.
But everybody wants federal law to be upheld. So Donald Trump is upholding the federal laws that says illegals cannot go on Canal Street and just sell counterfeit purses and yell and scream at people to say, you can't film me.
Yeah.
That is not the way the United States of America is going to be successful.
No, it's not.
And everybody loves federal law. Well, he's enforcing the federal law.
Everybody loves federal law.
You want to change it? You got to vote in the Congress, people. You got to vote in the senators and change the laws. Okay?
Right. Everybody loves federal law until it doesn't work in your favor. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Everybody loves federal law until it doesn't work in your favor. And this is their way of trying to litigate without having any power.
Well,
They're
guess
trying
what?
to litigate.
The Supreme Court is going to rule. I'm pretty certain they're going to rule in Trump's favor. And he's going to be able to get the National Guard in all these cities. And he's going to be able, because them behaving like this with ICE is not doing them any favors. It's only proving Trump right that he needs to bring the National Guard in.
Yeah.
It's
just so bad.
Let's keep being distracted. Let's keep talking about this big problem. And in the meantime, I remember when it was last year at this time, you couldn't turn on social media or even the TV news without there being a UFO. Do you
remember the drones?
How there were drones and UFOs all over the country.
That's true.
And, I mean,
that's true.
Where have these UFOs gone?
They're gone.
Where have these drones gone?
The aliens packed it up. The ICE got
them. Were they happy that Trump won? So they said, we don't need to come and save the planet Earth. Is that what happened?
No, it was ICE. It was Tom Homan.
He
rounded them all up. He was like, we got aliens here. Round them up. Deport them. He deported them out of the planet.
People, use your head. Just stop and think for a minute and say, that's true. Last year at this time, there were drones all over the country.
That's true.
And they were trying to keep everybody distracted, thinking that there were these UFOs.
Yeah.
And now suddenly, you don't see any drones. You don't see any UFOs.
Nope.
Why? Because they're trying to distract us from something bigger.
Yeah, you're right.
They are totally...
Well, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know what you think they're trying to distract us from, but I think that what's going on right now is more so of a result of how bad the Democrats are. I don't think it's any distraction. I think they're just assholes.
No, I think they're trying to distract us. And one of the things that I think that a lot of people are asleep at the wheel with is AI. Let's show video number 20. What Elon Musk says himself about AI.
Big Daddy Musk. Give us a retweet on Twitter, will you?
I think that we might have AI smarter than any single human at anything as soon as next year.
Wow.
And then probably within 2030, probably AI is smarter than the sum of all humans.
The sum of all humans. That's tough, Coach.
Doesn't that make you a little nervous?
It does. It does make you nervous.
How do we stop this from getting out of control? This AI. Think about it. Now, we have a lot of demonic forces on this planet and a lot of demonic things trying to get us away from what really matters, the Lord Jesus Christ. Let's be honest. So, how are we going to stop that?
Yeah.
How do we protect ourselves?
Well, I mean, you could do one of two things, right? You're going to have to regulate it. It has to be regulated. You're going to have to pass laws that say you can't get to a certain point of, production.
They're all paid off. How many of these people are paid off not to
but they're paid
regulate
off on everything, though. That's something that it's always going to be that way. I mean, you're always going to have bureaucracies. You're always going to have, people being paid off, politicians being paid off. Bernie came right out and said it, and we're all getting a little piece of the pie. I mean, for Christ's sake, the government shut down, and all those politicians are still raking in the money. They're all raking in the money, and all the other government workers are getting pounded. But like that'll always be the case. Now, but for something with AI, like in the dangers of it, it's not going anywhere, right? So you have to find a way to kind of work with it and make it so it's more so a tool rather than something that's going to outrun you. And the only way to do that is to regulate how far it can go. What's the limit of it? How far can you develop it so that way at some point you got to be like, all right, we got to be done with it.
Let's watch clip 23.
23.
Just going back and reading a blog post before the show here by Sam Altman that he wrote before his comms team told him to tone it down. And he was writing about how he thinks there are only two options for humanity after he builds superintelligence. One is we fade into an evolutionary tree branch. That's his quote. Or he thinks, what he thinks is the better option, we merge with the machines. You know, this is my 2-year-old son. Who is he to tell my son that he needs to go merge with machines? What's that got to do with American values and American democracy? You know, in short, there are many threats to America. And you talked a lot now about, you've talked a lot, for example, about geopolitical threats, but there is a huge threat coming from San Francisco as well. And we can't ignore that.
And that's what I feel they're trying to distract us from.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because the ruling class and these oligarchs, do you know who paid for the No Kings rallies? Oligarchs, all of them.
Your
Soros,
Bernie's coming out, Coach.
the Tides Foundation. It was all billionaires. And it's like they're all the ruling class. They're all the ruling class billionaires, and they don't care what happens to us. They will starve us. That's why they're trying to close down these farms, right? They're taking farmlands all over Europe.
Yep.
You know, I mean, the Chinese are here buying up farms here in the United States. Don't you see that they would be thrilled if we all started to kill each other? Then they'd be like, good, we have less humans we need to take care of. Right. That's what the Nazis did. And I keep saying it's the Nazis behind all of it. That's honestly what I believe. And what did the Nazis do? The Nazis put the Jews in camps because they were like, we don't want to deal with these people. We're just going to extinguish them all.
Yeah.
And I really believe that they're trying to take the working class people of both the right and the left, because they don't care about either of us, and they're going to have us kill each other and fight with each other. And behind the scenes, you have Sam Altman playing God. He's playing God, and in his futuristic outlook, because God only knows if a demon isn't inside of him, he's thinking that we're going to merge with the technology. Yeah. God created man and woman. I don't think he ever intended us to merge with any kind of technology. That sounds demonic.
I don't
to
know
me.
about. I don't know what the whole merging thing is. I mean, that was a weird term to use. I don't know what he really meant by that. But it is a tool.
He
like
will
we're gonna
never
have
tell
to use
you,
it.
Carlos. He will never tell you what he meant. The guy said, "Oh my God, his PR firm got nervous and they told him to shut the hell up." That was in 2017.
I mean, that's a little crazy. The term, merge. But I don't know. I think. Listen, I think this is something that we're going to use as a tool for a long time. Like I said, there has to be a cap on it. There's got to be a regulation to it. But this is we can't just be like, all right, we're going to just completely abandon artificial intelligence. Like that just can't be something we're just going to be like, all right, we're never going to use this again. We're going to completely abandon it.
I think that you can use it for certain things, but I also feel that there's technology that we don't even know about, and we're not asking the questions. We are not asking the questions. We're not saying, listen, how far is this thing going? I mean, there's one thing when Elon talks about, we're going to make a robot to take care of, cooking and cleaning in your house. That's one thing. But where is this guy going when he's talking about humans merging with technology?
I think that's a little crazy. It's like Terminator.
21. This is Elon's view of what we're going to be looking at.
Let's see. What does Elon think?
Just ask it to walk your dog, take care of your house, babysit the kids, teach the kids, cook dinner, play the piano. It's a generalized humanoid robot. I think everyone will want one, because why not? My guess is 20 billion-ish.
20 billion humanoid robots out there.
We definitely need to be careful that they don't go ultimate.
Are they going to look like?
Yeah, see, you go alternative. I think that's even worse than artificial intelligence.
You know what this is? Attack of the Clones.
No. The clones were humans. The clones were humans.
Oh, so what was the robots that the clones
That was the
came.
separatists. That was the droids.
The droids.
The droids.
It was the droids first, and then they made the clones to fight the droids. Remember?
Well, that was in Camino.
All I'm saying is that
Star Wars
this
trivia
is
there for you.
something that none of us are really paying attention to.
Yeah. Well,
And I think it's a problem, and it's a global problem.
I don't think it's that big of a problem. I think we got a bigger problem right now with a group of people that deciding we're just not going to have the government
I'll take
open.
a guy giving me the middle finger on Canal Street before I'm going to say, oh, you know what? We're going to merge your children in with the droids. That's disgusting.
No, but
okay?
you have a group of people that is willing to let the government just sit and do nothing and just shut down for God only knows how long because they'd rather give health care and power to the illegals
Carlos,
than
we don't even know what our lives are going to look like because of this AI. Let's go to
we don't know
number
what
22.
our lives are going to look like because the government shut down. I mean, for Christ's sake, we're at 22 days.
Well, let's see number 22.
AI will be smarter than any person. How many jobs go away because of that? And what do people do if you've got millions of people that are losing their jobs? Like that, a lot of people are understandably freaked out about that.
Well, goods and services will become as close to free. So it's not as though people will be wanting in terms of goods and services.
So why is that? Why are goods and services free in an AI world? Or close to free?
Well, you have, I don't know, call it tens of billions of robots. They will make you anything or provide any service you want for basically next to nothing. It's not that people will have a lower standard of living. They'll have actually a much higher standard of living. The challenge will be fulfillment. How do you derive fulfillment and meaning in life?
How do you get meaning in life, Coach?
Listen, what did God say to Adam?
What did he say?
After Adam ate the forbidden fruit, he's like, now you have to spend the rest of your life working. You need to have a purpose-driven life. And what is he talking about? All your goods and services are free. That's the biggest lie I ever heard in my life.
That the robots are going to do
so what
it.
am I going to get? The fake Louis Vuittons from Canal Street because my robot's going to make it in the house for me? So it won't be a real Louis Vuitton. It'll be a knockoff. But as long as the robot makes it for me, it's a free good of services. He's going to be sewing my clothes. He's going to be making me the Gap jeans. It's like, oh, I'm going to be getting my FSU sneakers from the clone because goods and services are free.
It's
that
not
was
the clone.
biggest
It's not the
lie
clone.
I ever heard. If you don't think that Elon is lying right to your face, you're out of your mind.
Listen, Coach, we're looking for the retweet. You can't yell at him like that.
Oh,
we need
Elon,
a little support, you know?
I'm coming for you, Elon.
Oh,
You're
gosh.
lying. You're
Uh-oh.
lying. And that's why Trump got rid
You
of
get
you.
blacklisted on
That's
X
why
real
Trump
fast.
got rid of you because Trump learned you were a liar.
Trump
because
did
guess
cut
what?
his ass.
Doge
That's true.
didn't get us nothing. Doge, he was talking all this crap. Oh, we're going to save so much money with Doge. And what did we save? We didn't save crap.
Yeah, it was like $3 billion or something like that, right?
Right?
It wasn't
if he
that
can
much.
lie about Doge, how do we know that he's not full of it with this, oh, life is going to be so much better. All your goods and services are going to be for free. They're going to be saying, you're going to sell your ass and merge with a robot if you want something to eat tonight. You never know.
Merge with a robot. You're going to merge with a robot.
You're going to start merging your children with your robot if you want to eat tonight. If you want to live and the robots don't kill you, you don't know how sick this can get.
Well, I mean, I have seen Terminator. I have seen how sick it can get, theoretically.
This is terrifying. So let's fight with people about, oh, let's get rid of illegals selling fake pocketbooks who are bullying people walking down Canal Street. Oh, that's where we need to fight with each other. No, we need to start joining together and really thinking about the important things that are going on that is going to affect our lives
and go after
affect
AI.
our children's lives and affect our grandchildren's lives. Because let me tell you something, this is BS. I do not feel comfortable. I really don't.
You don't feel comfortable with the AI. Well, you have Alexa all over the house, for Christ's sake.
I got rid of Alexa because Alexa once got demonic in my bathroom.
Alexa's still listening to you in the living room right now.
Alexa literally was like, she played like some devil podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding you.
I bet Alexa's going off right now. We're saying her name so much.
Witch.
Alexa.
I'm telling you, people, wake up. They are trying to pit the working class people against each other because they don't want us to live a good life. They don't want us to live a happy middle class life independent from them. They want to rule us like monarchs. That's what they want to do.
But we just had the No Kings. Right? We just had the No Kings
they want to rule us like communists.
I thought, you know, come on now.
I don't know. What was Stalin?
Stalin, no,
whatever you call
communist. He was they were communists. They were communists.
But Mao Zedong and the Mountain of Skulls. I mean, people wake up.
Know.
This AI is terrifying, and you really better. Like, I know we always want to be optimistic, and that is a good human nature and characteristic to have. But I feel very uncomfortable that Congress is not working towards trying to figure out what is happening with this AI and put in some laws that will regulate it.
Yeah, they got to regulate it.
I mean, come on.
You have to. You have that's what needs to be done. You got to regulate it. You got to put a cap on it. Say this is as far as we can go, and that's the only way. Or it could be disaster. I mean, it really could. Then we're gonna have to create a clone army, and it's gonna be a whole thing.
Listen, we need purpose-driven lives, and that comes with work.
Yeah.
And we need to work. And I mean,
we got to work, Coach. We got to work. Some 2 jobs.
Well,
Some
you
3.
know what? Let's watch for our Pig of the Week.
Oh, yes. Oh, our favorite segment here. Pig of the Week, Katie Pig Porter, the biggest pig in the state of California, is her video has resurfaced. This is a great video, and I thought in the spirit of Halloween being next week, I thought we'd find one of her bests of all time. So let's go clip 24 here.
Porter, does Alfred get minimum wage? If you return the Batmobile, could you pay for the Green New Deal?
And there it is, Pig Porter. And that was actually when they impeached Trump in 2019. She was there as a representative in Congress.
She is such a clown.
Speaking of which, I mean, that's another cool topic real quick before we get ready to wrap up. I mean, this is getting really interesting with the redistricting of the House of Representatives and the gerrymandering that we were talking about. I mean, J.D. Vance, I don't know if for those who haven't seen, he put out a photo of the Northeast, and he's like, 40% of all of this is red, and there's not one red congressperson in this whole district.
I talked about it last week.
Not one red congressperson.
It's taxation with no representation. That's what's going on in the Northeast right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't even get one congressman that's a Republican in the Northeast.
The
and
entirety of it.
I mean, come on.
It's really unbelievable.
They gerrymandered everything, and now they're upset because the Republicans, under Donald Trump's leadership, is saying we need to fight fire with fire.
Right.
We have to. They want to, have these rules. Then we got to play them with the rules of the game.
Yep.
We can't. The Republicans love, but it's also the uniparty because they're the ruling class.
Yeah,
But they love
Rand
to always
Paul.
say, we can't do that. The Democrats, my gosh, the way that they went after the lawfare.
Yeah.
Trump got charged in New York. Trump got charged in Atlanta. Where else did he go? I mean, they went and they raided his house in Florida.
Yeah.
Like, they went after him. That's lawfare,
Yep.
okay?
Mhm.
They put Steve Bannon in jail, Navarro in jail. They went after Rudy Giuliani. I mean,
Took away his law license, Rudy
yeah,
Giuliani.
I mean, so what is
Not
Trump
right.
doing? Trump is saying, okay, they went after us with lawfare. Now we have to go after them. We, the people, need to get to the point where we say, okay, enough is enough. We need people who are going to go to Washington and look out for our best interests. All right? And this country was founded on Judeo-Christian values. And I insist that we start turning our hearts and minds to Jesus and start doing the right thing for the American people.
You insist,
and we're not
Coach.
going to starve children. No, I'm saying all the people, you need to unite together. And
Yeah.
that's what we go protest. If we all protested and said, Congress, Senate, get back to work. And we all millions of us said, we gotta work, you gotta work too. You're opening this government and you're finding solutions and you're gonna start looking into AI
And you're going to start looking into AI.
and you're gonna enforce the laws that are on the books or you're gonna change them, then you would see them, I almost said a curse word, crap their pants, and there would be real change in this country.
I doubt
and
it.
that's what we need to do. Stop fighting with your neighbor, unite with your neighbor, and let's start demanding some real change.
Well said, Coach.
Thank you.
Well said. That was a beautiful speech. I don't think
Thank
it'll
you.
ever happen, but that was beautiful. I really enjoyed it. But I think when you have a party as sick as the Democrats, I don't think that'll ever take place. So I'm sorry. It's just the truth. They're just the worst. I mean, so
You know what?
I really,
I
doubt it. I
gerrymandering-
really doubt it.
I think with the gerrymandering, and once they're out of power and they're gone for a while, you're going to get a Clinton, because that's what happened. You had Reagan for 8 years, you had Bush for 4 years, and that's when Clinton came.
Right, and then what followed Clinton right away? Bush Jr.
Oh, God, I know. And Clinton, he was, you know what? Forget about it. AI,
AI.
come get me.
That's it. Enough is enough. Maybe we need the AI. We're gonna have President AI.
Oh, God.
President AI or President Mondami?
Oh, let's not even go there.
I mean,
let's not even go
honestly,
there.
which is worse?
Let me tell you, Mamdani,
Could be the worst ever.
I may have to do another walk of the Eucharist if that guy's mayor next year. That's
They
all
may
I'm
not
saying.
have the walk of the Eucharist if that guy's
they better
mayor.
have it.
What,
They better
you
have
think
it.
they're going to have it if they got a bunch of jihadists on every corner? No way.
Yes, we'll have
No
it.
way. They'd slaughter them all. They'd slaughter every Christian there.
No, I don't know.
That's
about
what they
that.
do, just like in the Middle East. There's no Christians left. But listen, Coach, another great episode. What do we got? We got coming up. We got Halloween. Oh my gosh, Coach, we didn't even talk about it last episode. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
We didn't even talk about it last episode at all. You had your birthday on Saturday. How was your birthday? How was the retreat?
It was a fantastic birthday. I spent my day at a retreat with my
Yep.
son, my
Yep.
daughter, and my husband. And we prayed together,
Mhm.
and we consecrated our family to the Blessed Mother.
We sure did.
You know, so she intercedes for us,
Mhm.
and goes to her son and says, "Hey, listen, son, please watch over the Villa family."
Right, give him a helping hand. Help him out. Retweet the pod.
I mean, it was wonderful. We did a lot of praying. We shared a lot of experiences with other people.
Yep.
And then after we went to Global Grill, and it
Shout
was
out
delicious.
Global Grill, the best in Pensacola, best restaurant in Pensacola. Global Grill, awesome, love it.
Yeah.
So no, that's awesome.
And it was really wonderful. So I had a great birthday. I'm 52. I'm feeling every inch of being 52. It's a painful age,
Yeah.
Your knees hurt. At least my hip feels better. So there's that. But now I'm
Coach, you
working.
don't seem very positive about 52.
I know.
The golden years.
The golden years.
The golden years. You're really, that was a negative outlook on it right
you
there.
You know what Mama used to always say? Darling, the golden years are not so golden.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is, Coach.
I'm making them golden, though. I go to the gym. I'm working out. I'm going to start acting again soon.
Yep.
I'm working on an audition, and I'm
Right.
making sure I get in shape so that way I can kick butt.
Yep. So you're getting back into
I'm
it.
getting back into it.
You're getting
So
back
I'm
into it.
feeling
Year
good.
of healing.
Yes, the year of
It's
healing.
been positive, I think. You've definitely healed a lot.
Absolutely.
So it's good. It's good to see that you're in good shape at 52 and enjoying the life. And we got the holidays coming up, right? We got
Yeah.
Halloween next week. And then before you know it, it'll be Thanksgiving. So we got some great times ahead, right? The end of the year is always great. The holiday season is the best. So we got some good times ahead. Let's be positive. Let's get, like we say every week, get back to church, get back to praying. And who knows, maybe we'll be able to turn this ship around and get the government back open, right? And hopefully the government's back open by next
I pray
episode.
it's open next week.
Let's see what happens.
Let
Let's
us
see
pray.
what happens. Let us pray, right? Let's get the government back open. Guys, thank you guys all so much for tuning in. As I say every week, make sure you follow us on our socials right down there. You'll find our X, our Instagram, our TikTok. Make sure you guys hammer those socials. Follow us on all of our platforms. Make sure you guys are sharing the show. If you're watching it on YouTube, make sure you guys hit that like button before you turn it off. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. If you're watching on Rumble, make sure you hit that like button and then hit that follow button on Rumble. And make sure you guys are just sending it out. Share it to everybody you know. Share it to people who you think will like it. Those who you don't think will like it. But just share it. Send it out. We really appreciate it. And we'll see you guys back. Same time, same place next week. 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time. You're throwing me off. You're always saying the Central Time first now instead of the Eastern Time. So it's throwing me off. 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time. Same time, same place. We'll see you guys back next week. Oh, Coach has got another thing. Here we go.
One other thing. We're going to say a quick prayer. In the
Oh,
name of
say
the Father,
prayer.
the
Okay.
Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
Say, Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our protection against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray. And do thou, O Prince of the heavenly hosts, by the power of God, cast into hell Satan and all the evil spirits who prowl throughout the world seeking the ruining of souls. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
Smack the mic. All right, Coach, great prayer. Way to finish us off there. And real quick, for all the haters out there, I already know what's coming. I know my head's bald. Leave me alone. I don't want to hear it, all right? I already know what's coming.
My
all
son
right.
is very
We'll see you guys next week. Thanks so much for tuning in. Enjoy your week, guys. Have a great week, and everybody. See you next time.